5 seconds to go. Start. March 8, International Women's Day is here to stay. From discount coupons in restaurants to editorial columns like this one, purple ribbons and pink balloons in public spaces, to even the Association of Malayalam Movie Artists celebrating the day after making a mockery of women's issue in a public event just a couple of years ago. The origins of a day dedicated to women can be traced to the early 1900s. It is heartening that the day continues to be celebrated today. Reality check. According to the World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Report 2021, another generation of women will have to wait for gender parity. Why is it that even after a century of observing International Women's Day, we are nowhere close to achieving gender parity across the globe? And if the goal is so far away, is there really a road ahead? I am going to attempt answering this question from the perspective of women in cinema, specifically in the Malayalam film industry. First, there is a lack of resolve to address the workplace issues of women in cinema. In the 5 years since the Women in Cinema collective was formed, its very purpose has been under scrutiny. The biggest challenge we have faced is the lack of solidarity from our colleagues. Celebrating the accused and victimizing the survivor or whistleblower have been common practices. As Bhavana Menon, a survivor herself, rightly put it, when victims of sexual assault voice their experiences, they are looked down upon and often suspected of being disingenuous. Lately, there has been some change in recognizing issues affecting women in cinema, especially related to sexual harassment by industry associations. But this is the outcome of constant public and legal scrutiny. There is more posturing than any real desire to bring about change. Let us remind ourselves that sharing the social media post of a survivor does not take away the fact that she and her supporters were shamed by the very trade bodies of which they were once an integral part. Second, grievance redressal systems are totally absent in this sector. Any abuse thrives because of two reasons: fear and silence, and the abuser will do whatever it takes to maintain both. The absence of redressal systems makes abuse a routine affair and normalizes it in the workplace. When trade bodies refuse to take responsibility, their excuse is the informal nature of the sector. The state government becomes an important stakeholder in ensuring equity and safety for women. While the Kerala government did take proactive steps early on, it is disheartening to see the lackluster pace, limited public accountability, and absence of tangible solutions. Even women's legitimate right to safety at the workplace through the implementation of the POSH Act 2013 hangs in balance. Third, deep seated patriarchy and chauvinism lend themselves naturally to unequal opportunities. This reflects in the content and stories of cinema the vast disparity in remuneration, inequitable access to facilities, glass ceilings, and constant othering by male colleagues. Celebrating women and their role in cinema is always an afterthought because unfortunately that is the position they have been relegated to. Stop.